Amongst the chaos that happens week by week in the world of NASCAR, it's time to add a more elegant style to America's premier motorsport. Take in the scenery of the beautiful sun that is complemented with nature's finest winery across Northern California. For the first and only time in 2025, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to the Golden State. Head on over to the smell of burnt rubber and the sound of 37, 34, 100-pound stock cars roaring through the twists and turns of Sonoma Raceway. 12 turns of that can easily bite you if you are not careful. If you stay on the course, you could find yourself to victory lane with a goblet of wine, and for some, a ticket to the playoffs. It's race 20 of the 2025 campaign as MDK RaceDay presents the Toyota Save Mart 350 here in Sonoma, California. As we take a look at the weather here in Sonoma, California, it is the latest date ever that Sonoma has been scheduled, and for the first time it will take place in the month of July, so it is going to be hot. Temperature going to be in the mid 80s, but it's going to feel like nearly 90 degrees. No chance of rain in the area, a slight wind of 8 miles an hour heading west through the racetrack, but has wind gusts up to as high as 21 miles an hour. So it's going to be hot, so make sure to anyone attending the race today, make sure you are hydrated and that you get some shade because it is going to be steamy out there in Northern California. And welcome everyone back to episode of MDK RaceDay. My name is Jet. Hope you're having a wonderful day as we get you ready and set for the 2025 Toyota Save Mart 350 from Sonoma Raceway. It's also round number 3 of the in-season challenge. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, lots of storylines, so it's not waste any time and jump right into it. Last Sunday was wild in the streets of Chicago, but once again we saw SVG take home his second win of 2025. However, we also saw a big change amongst the top 10 due to William Byron's last place finish, only earning 1 point last weekend in Chicago. The point standings has completely intensified. William Byron now only has a 13-point lead ahead of his teammate Chase Elliott. Larson not too far behind, minus 19. Denny Hamlin in 4th, minus 43. And Tyler Reddick jumps up a spot to minus 48. The most amount of points you can gain in a race is 61. So 1st to 5th, Tyler Reddick can leave Sonoma as the points leader if things work out well in his favor. By no means is his regular season championship wrapped up for William Byron, and it's going to be a dogfight in these final 7 races. Bell falls back to 6th, minus 67. Blaney and Chastain remain 7th and 8th, while Briscoe and Bowman each up move a spot for Briscoe to 9th and Bowman back in the top 10, up 2 positions, minus 152. As we take a look at the playoff grid, we see Shane Van Gisbergen now the second winner. The first time we've had a multiple time winner since Denny Hamlin at Michigan just a few weeks ago. He now has 11 playoff points to his name and is sitting 5th amongst the playoff grid seeding positions. Tyler Reddick, he's the only one that is safe at the moment, as still at least a 2 race gap at plus 153. Alex Bowman plus 39, Chris Buescher plus 35, and Bubba Wallace with his incident with Alex Bowman, he's now just 2 points above the cut line ahead of Ryan Preece. AJ Allmendinger minus 41, Kyle Busch minus 44, and Eric Jones rounds at the top 20, sitting at minus 50. Busch, the official beer of NASCAR and proud sponsor of the Busch Light Polo Award, given to the fastest driver at each NASCAR Cup Series event. Busch Light congratulates Shane Van Gisbergen for his 4th career Cup Series pole and his 34th career start. Back-to-back poles also for the New Zealander. It's his first pole at Sonoma, the 3rd this season, and becomes the fastest driver to reach 4 Cup poles since 2006 with Denny Hamlin. That's some good company to be a part of. SVG wins pole scoring with a speed of 95.719 miles per hour. Since 2020, Busch Beer has invested more than $50 million, being a premier sponsor of the NASCAR Cup Series. So here's a look at the starting lineup for the 2025 Toyota Save Mart 350. Starting alongside Shane Van Gisbergen is Chase Briscoe in the number 19 Toyota. Not too shabby on the road courses, start alongside on the front row. Row 2 is William Byron, the number 24, trying to get back the ball rolling after a not so good last couple weeks, but he's heading to a track where he doesn't have the best success. Alongside him is Ross Chastain, pretty good here on the twists and turns of Sonoma, sitting in the 4th position. Row 3, AJ Allmendinger, one of the drivers a lot of people have eyes on to win this race. Alongside him is another driver that's had some good runs as of late, Ty Gibbs in the 54. Row 4 has Ryan Blaney. Alongside him is Tyler Reddick, another driver trying to get back the momentum that he started a couple weeks ago, starting in the 8th position. And around the top 10 is Alex Bowman and Christopher Bell in the 20 car. Row 6 is Kyle Larson, the 2021 Sonoma winner. Alongside him is Zane Smith, a great run for him in that 38-4. Row 7 has Chase Elliott, who has finished 2nd here at Sonoma, still looking for his first win here at this racetrack. Alongside him is Chris Buescher, who has the best average finish of 3.0 in next gen here at Sonoma, starting in the 14th position. Row A has Michael McDowell, led the most laps and won stage 1. Unfortunately, had a throttle issue that took him out of the race last weekend, looking for vengeance. Alongside him is Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota, sporting new colors with AM/PM this weekend. Row 9 has Kyle Busch, the 2008 and 2025 Sonoma winner. Alongside him is John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 ride. And rounding out the top 20 is Daniel Suarez, who won his first career Cup race here at Sonoma back in 2022, and Ryan Preece in the 60 car. Row 11 has Brad Keselowski, his teammate, Ryan Preece's teammate. Alongside him is Joe Logano in the number 22 Ford. Row 12 has Carson Hocevar and Austin Cindric in the 2 ride. Lucky row number 13 has Josh Berry and Ty Dillon, the fan favorite of the in-season challenge, still in the fight. He's actually going up against Alex Bowman in the 48 ride. He's starting in position number 26. Row 14 has Cole Custer and rookie Riley Herbst. Justin Haley and Bubba Wallace round out the top 30. As we take a look at the final 4 rows, Eric Jones and Noah Gragson, Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Todd Gillen and Cody Ware, with Catherine Legg rounding out the 37 car lineup. Now let's take a look at the odds to win here at Sonoma. Objects are subjected to change. Huge thanks to DraftKings providing the odds here today. Shane Van Gisbergen, it's no surprise to see him at the best of odds at plus 105. Larson at 700. Teammate Elliott at 850. 2 drivers, Allmendinger and Reddick, both with pretty good odds for big name drivers heading into this field here today, as well as Michael McDowell, all sitting at plus 1200, Ty Gibbs at 1400, Byron at 1500, with Chastain and Bell all sitting at 1600. Then some big not long shots. Chris Buescher, for a guy that's had the best average finish, sitting at 2,000 odds. Those are huge numbers for him. Chase Briscoe 2,500, Busch at 3,500, with Blaney and Hamlin at 4,000 and 4,500 respectively. Then 2 drivers at 5,500 at Bowman and Suarez, the 2022 winner. Logano at 6,500, Carson Hocevar at 9,000. And if you want to say to hell with it, let's just see what we could get. Put some money on Ryan Preece if you like to, sitting at plus 10,000. Now let's take a look at the in-season challenge. Round number 3, we have 4 matchups. Ty Dillon going up against Alex Bowman. John Hunter Nemechek goes up against his teammate, Eric Jones. Ryan Preece against Tyler Reddick. And Ty Gibbs against Zane Smith. Listen, as much as I love Ty Dillon, I would love to see the Cinderella story. I'm gonna have to give the nod to Alex Bowman. I believe the Cinderella story will end here today. Round number 2, the second matchup. Regardless, Legacy Motor Club will still be in the in-season challenge one way or another, but I'm gonna give the nod to John Hunter Nemechek. That 42 car showed a lot more pace in recent weeks, especially on the road courses. I mean, he just barely edged out Chase Elliott at Chicago, and to do that is mighty impressive, so I'm gonna give the nod to the number 42 ride. Ryan Preece and Tyler Reddick, I just got to go with Tyler Reddick. Much better on the road courses, as well as Ty Gibbs and Zane Smith. You got to give the nod to Ty Gibbs. So I have Alex Bowman, John Nemechek, Tyler Reddick, and Ty Gibbs advancing in the in-season challenge for next Sunday at Dover. And now it's time to, of course, make the call. We got 5 suggestions we're going to take a look at here today. The first one comes the Braden Bunch 58. He says Shane Van Gisbergen will dominate. That's all I'm going to say because it's a road course. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to disagree with. I mean, Shane Van Gisbergen is money on road courses, especially this year. Not only he's winning it, how dominating he is at winning these road courses. I mean, it wasn't that long ago we looked at Mexico where he won by 15 seconds. Absolutely phenomenal performance by him. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat him. It's really SVG against the world. Cito 1101, he says Ty Dillon's Cinderella story comes to a close sadly for the in-season tournament. Yep, like I mentioned, I think I mean, I've been going back and forth with that. I'm like, I think maybe something could happen that could go into Ty Dillon's favor, but Sonoma's not as chaotic as Chicago. This one is much more calm, and you got to give the nod to Alex Bowman. He's just better equipment. You just got to go with Alex Bowman. But still, a great performance, though, still by Ty Dillon to survive these 2 races. Jake Binyam 88 says Carson Hocevar pisses off Ricky Stenhouse again on a road course. Yeah, if you remember the last time we were at a traditional road course in Mexico City, Ricky Stenhouse and Carson Hocevar went after it. I don't know. I mean, you have to understand, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is starting in row 34, or should say position 34. Hocevar starting 23rd. And again, there is a lot of opportunities for Stenhouse to get back at Hocevar. I just don't think they'll be close enough in order for that to happen. Angry Wally 4087, he says Chris Buescher gets his first win of the season. He has gone better at road courses and shown speed compared to Ryan Preece and Brad Keselowski. Brad has shown speed on the ovals, but not the best on the road courses, and Ryan Preece right in between. Yeah, Chris Buescher, we're going to talk about him a little bit, but like I said, he has the best average finish out of anyone in next gen at Sonoma at a 3.0. That is stupidly impressive, absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, definitely Chris Buescher is not too bad of an option if you're considering our drivers that could maybe potentially stop SVG. And then finally, we're gonna end up with TJ, and Jaden says Michael McDowell wins and flips the playoff picture. Yes, I mean, he would indeed flip the playoff picture, and he is not a bad option. As we lead into our storylines for this race, it is going to be SVG against the world. We know how good SVG has been, just down on a flyer on the road courses this season, but he is mortal, and we saw that yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. Him and Connor Zilic, cinema that was between those two drivers, the way they went after each other. But it proves that, hey, listen, he is mortal. How you beat him, don't know, but he is mortal. So who are the drivers that could potentially stop SVG? You look at, like we mentioned earlier, Chris Buescher, the best average finish out of anyone in Next Gen Sonoma with a third place, a third, fourth, and second the last 3 events. He is insanely good, and he is the last driver to beat SVG head-to-head in a race. Flashback to Watkins Glen last fall. SVG made a mistake in the SS. Chris Buescher capitalized, gave him the nudge entering the carousel, and took home the checkered flag. So he is mortal. It's not like SVG. I know some people may want to overhype him, and he is amazing by all means. Absolutely incredible road driver, but he is mortal. You can beat him. You just got to be able to capitalize, got to be able to pounce when it matters most. So Chris Buescher can be someone that can take the fight to SVG. Another one is a Michael McDowell. He has the second best average finish at a 4.0, followed by Chase Elliott at 5.7 and Ross Chastain at a 7.3. But Michael McDowell, last Sunday at Chicago, he had, in my opinion still, I felt like he had the best car, led the most laps, I believe, with 31, won stage 1. He had a car that looked like to be on his way to victory lane if it wasn't for a throttle issue that took him out of the race. He is looking for vengeance, although he's starting a bit farther back, a bit mid-pack. I believe there is fire in Michael McDowell to get what he lost last Sunday in Chicago. And finally, look at AJ Allmendinger. Was fastest in practice, fastest in the 5-lap average. Another driver. He's starting, I believe, in the 6th position, if I'm not mistaken. He is someone that you just have to look at. I should say the 5th position, my apologies. He's someone that you definitely have to look at as not only a driver that could have a shot at winning this race. He's won, I believe, at Sonoma before in the Xfinity Series. Really great road racer. Has gotten a lot better. Him in that 16 car has gotten a lot better with speed in recent weeks. And you also have to factor in Ross Chastain, like I mentioned earlier, and Ty Gibbs. They both have been very fast. And when you also have to look at, this is a great opportunity for drivers to flip the playoff picture. Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, Allmendinger. These are drivers. Chris Buescher, to a slight effect. These are all drivers that are still looking for their first win that are very much capable of being able to take home the checker flag here today. But again, it's just going to be, can you stop Shane Van Gisbergen? That's going to be the storyline throughout the day. Can you stop SVG? And as we take a look at my Fantasy Live lineup, I once again got a bunch of road course drivers. I got SVG, Tyler Reddick, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, and I got Chris Buescher in my garage. I don't believe I had Michael McDowell in my lineup last Sunday, so I'm going to put him in there this time around. Very much surprised me how impressive he was at Chicago. But the driver that I have winning, SVG against the world, I gotta side with SVG. Unless something wild happens, I have Shane Van Gisbergen. I think he's going to win this race. There's just too much momentum on that 88 side. Way too much momentum. He's just on a different level. So I have Shane Van Gisbergen. I think he's going to take the checker flag and win for the 3rd time in 2025. His 4th win of his career. And will tie Hamlin, Bell, and Larson for most wins in a season so far. That's kind of crazy to say that SVG could become the first rookie since, what, Jimmy Johnson, 2002, to win 3 races as a rookie? But yeah, those are my thoughts. What do you think is going to happen today at Sonoma? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jed from MDK. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time.